Welcome to the Club Leadership Training presentation. Today, you are taking the first steps to becoming a club leader at WCC. The topics covered in this presentation will help you get the most out of your leadership experience. We are going to talk about how to select officers, effective ways of recruiting members, the process of hosting events, creating a club dynamic, collaboration, having fun with the process, few ideas for events, and some tips and tricks. So, here we go. Let's start with recruiting officers. You need to ask yourself the following questions before selecting any officers. Who should it be? Probably someone you know, but are they reliable? Do you trust them? Would you trust them with your money, for example? Would they show up for events if you ask them to do so? If they do, then they'll probably make good officers. Now that we know the officers, the next step is to schedule a meeting together to establish responsibilities and accountabilities. It is also a good idea to have your club advisor attend the meeting too. You can start by identifying and discussing officer duties to make sure everyone knows their job. It is always a good idea to write down the duties and have officers agree upon them. Next is accountability terms. Establishing accountability will help you ensure that everyone is keeping up with their duties, including yourself. Having the advisor in the meeting will ensure that accountability terms are applied to all. As a club leader, you must never shoulder everything on your own. In order for an organization to be successful, whether it is a company, a store, or a student club, it needs teamwork. One thing that would help is specialization, meaning giving each officer tasks they specialize in and maybe a few tasks in areas where they want to improve. What also helps is giving officer titles that describe the roles of officers. For example, the Vice President of Marketing has to create flyers for all events and market them on social media. Having roles for each officer will create an efficient work dynamic for your club. Now, let's talk about recruiting members. Most people are interested in your club's mission. Use that mission as your main selling point to get more members. If you use food or freebies as your main selling point, people will come for these, but not for your club. Audiences who are interested in freebies and food will probably not be committed to your club, whereas audiences who are interested in your mission will be committed to your club, regardless of food or freebies. Some other ways to promote your club include flyers. A good idea is to have one flyer with all the semester events on it. Make sure to write the dates, times, and locations on the flyer to help people who are interested in attending a specific event show up for that event. You can also create flyers that are specific to one event. Make sure to submit a copy center request on Campus Connect so we can print and post your flyers before the event. Tabling. Reserve a table at the Student Center to interact with students and promote your mission. It is a good idea to host a table before a big event to maximize attendance. You can reserve a table from the event section under the Manage view of your Campus Connect page. Make sure to write table in the title when creating the event. Next is special events. Use special events such as Welcome Day and Club Fair Day as platforms to promote your club and get more members. Student attendance is at its highest during these events, so chances are you'll probably be able to get a lot of members during these events. And finally, social media and Campus Connect. Keep up with social media and post the latest updates in all your social media web pages and on Campus Connect. Having an active social media and Campus Connect page will help build a nice record for your club, which could attract more potential members. Now, let's talk about organizing events. I always say quality over quantity. As much as I'd love to try hosting 13 huge events during the semester, I know it won't happen. It takes time to organize events, and if you host many events in a short amount of time, chances are they'll be rushed and not a lot of people will attend. But if you plan out a few events ahead of time, taking all the steps required to planning, marketing, and implementing your event, chances are you will have a quality event with a lot of attendance. When planning a meeting or an event, first of all, you have to establish a topic for your meeting/event. It has to have a purpose for your audience to invest time in it. Then there is structure. You must structure your meetings or events and create an agenda of all the activities happening during the meeting. Identify what you need to shop for, Do you need food, special supplies? Can your budget handle all of that? Or do you need more funding? You need to identify all of these details in order to be able to plan accordingly. Planning ahead of time will help you come up with as much detail as possible. Details are the most important factor in planning events. Here are some tools that could help you planning and setting up your event. First of all, the event form located on the menu under your Club's Campus Connect page under the Manage view. You can print out event flyers using the Copy Center request form located under Forms on Campus Connect. Use the news article feature on Campus Connect to publish an article about your organization or an upcoming big event. After creating an event from the event section, you can click on Manage Event and change any details, send out invitations, and record attendance manually. Now let's talk about expectations versus reality. Things don't always go as expected in events. For some events, you'll expect little attendance only to be stunned by a room of 25 people. For other events, you will plan and market, but attendance won't be as good as you expected. The only thing you should know is that it's fine. Maybe there was little attendance because it was midterms, so your timing for the event was a little bit off. Or there was another big event going on at the time. Regardless, take it as a learning experience and don't be discouraged. Everything needs practice, and so does event programming. Assume that anything can go wrong when it comes to planning events and create a plan B, C, and maybe a plan D. You have to anticipate these situations and be able to find solutions. Your problem-solving skills will improve with time, and nowadays, colleges and employers are looking for applicants with such a skill. So overall, it's going to be a very good experience for you. Next, collaboration. I can't stress this enough, but collaboration makes a world of difference when organizing an event. You have more people working on the same project, meaning less workload. That also means you have a larger target audience, leading to higher attendance. And since you're collaborating with another club that has a different mission, you have more possibilities, as you are not limited to only your club's mission anymore. You can expand beyond that mission and include the other collaborators' mission with you. Having fun with the process. If you're not having fun in your club, then you're probably not where you belong. You should be willing to participate in your club, and you should be enjoying the process. This is your campus life. Aside from being in class, there is no better way to spend your time in college than in being involved. It creates friendships, it helps you gain many useful skills, and it helps you see how much impact you can create just by being a student leader. Now that you know everything about clubs, events, officers, and members, let's brainstorm some event ideas. Inviting a guest speaker is probably one of the best ideas. Inviting an expert about the topic of interest will attract people to attend, and events with the highest attendance are the ones with guest speakers. Having a fun social event during the semester never hurts. A movie night, a bowling night, or ice skating all will help make the bonds between members stronger. Fellowships with other student or community organizations is a useful way to create a larger impact with your event, especially in service projects. You can also book field trips to various places as long as they have an educational purpose. Finally, here are some tips and tricks for you. Know your abilities as a club leader. Be aware of the resources you have and how to use these resources to make your club successful. Schedule an appointment with the coordinator of student organizations to learn more about your resources. Create a group chat with your officers for the fastest communication possible, since, well, not everybody checks their email. That doesn't mean that email is a bad tool. You can use email to send weekly updates, officer tasks, and let the members know what's going on with your club. Plan ahead of time for events so that you are not stressed during the semester. Make a timeline for all events during the semester and a plan of action to stay on track. And if you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, do not hesitate to take some time off. Cancel the meeting, send a notice to members, and take a break. Congratulations! You have made it to the end of your leadership training. You are ready to take your next step as a club leader. Your time is now.